welcome you to JDC's Next Generation Service Initiatives Forum. I'm Joyce, this is me. I'm a former Ralph Goldman Fellow and a member of the Next Gen Steering Committee. And we're creating new ways of connecting with JDC, and ultimately our efforts, we hope, will shape a new JDC just as generations before us have. In 2008, through our short-term service programs and the Jewish Service Corps, we were able to connect with about 500 young adults. And in 2009, this past year, with investment by JDC's board and staff, we grew. And in fact, we more than doubled the amount of people that we touch. And in this coming year, you'll see that there's a huge spike. There's a really huge spike. And we project that we'll grow that number by 4 times, reaching almost 4,000 people.
My name is Chloe Markowitz, and I'm a former Jewish Service Corps alumni. We think it's a critical piece of JDC's humanitarian mission to prioritize educating young people about the needs overseas. And then the hope is that young people will feel compelled to get involved and act. So I'm going to highlight a couple events that we've done. Each one focuses on a different country where JDC works. For example, I hosted Dimensions Inside Jewish Germany, which was held at a German beer bar. There was a Dimension, and most recently we had Dimensions Inside Jewish Ukraine, which is a Soviet-themed vodka bar. The takeaway here is that people who had never heard about JDC are reaching out to find ways that they can further get involved, whether it's organize an event, or go on a service trip, or even go on a long-term placement. We're reaching hundreds of young American Jews, growing pockets of local leadership.
And the reason these trips are so powerful is that the JDC realized the young people today are looking for meaningful experiences that will allow for both the direct impact, but also a connection to a population overseas. And so the idea is that through experiencing Jewish life and community challenges firsthand, the young people will build a meaningful connection to the JDC. First short-term service program occurred in 2004, but since then over 500 Jewish college students have gone abroad with the JDC. Programs always include specific elements, the first of which is extensive pre-trip education and preparation. There's also authentic service that meets a real local need. Service is always done side by side with local peers. There's always local context learning and reflection. There's Jewish learning with local peers. There's an emphasis on community and on relationship building. And lastly, and perhaps most critically, post-trip follow-through at home. The post-college young professionals really want these experiences and opportunities, but there are very few options after college. So while the JDC is planning to expand their college opportunities from 183 participants in 2009 to 200 in 2010, they're also piloting 6 programs to take young professionals and graduate students abroad with the JDC.
So I'm Michael Arnold, son of board member Claude Arnold, and I've been a member of the Next Generation Steering Committee since its inception. Now, if I know Sarah, she probably had the same picture of me and my father at one of the Los Angeles events. Am I right, Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's tough enough that I'm speaking over the phone. Now you're going to make everyone stare at that same picture during the speech. I appreciate that.
What we want to talk about really is how you create a vehicle online that isn't just a tool, but really is a community of people. We heard from Emily that there are about over 300 young people going on short-term service programs. We've got 20 young people spread out around the globe with these little flip cams and who are blogging. All of them have blogs. Every trip has a blog. Every Goldman Fellow who goes out keeps a blog. What we're looking at now is how do we harness all of that energy? How do we harness all the conversations that they're having and bring them into one space where they can communicate with each other? Emily can tell you this from her experience. Every time a trip goes out or people go out, they want to do something when they get home. What they ask for constantly is, don't you just have like a little kind of individual need? What would $18 do? Isn't there a little need that I can email around? And it's not enough to just put text in an email. They want very bite-sized little videos and whatnot to just push out very easily to their friends and their family and get more people involved. And so what we want to do is make this really, truly as simple as possible for them, and that's what this site is about.
On the table was the next gen issue of
finding and training and involving next generation leadership to take our places at the board table in our communities. And this is a great export to me, to the Federation system.
We need to keep moving in order to grow, and for the most part bring it to people who have never heard of JDC, and that's how we see our next steps in our job. And while we've been committed to creating and working on this project, we know that you have also been committed to supporting this, so we want to thank you, all of you who've been a part of this in various different ways, for your support, and the many board members who've given us the opportunities to have these various programs and grow them, so thank you.